My name is Sansa. All my friends have boyfriends, and each time we girls gather together, they talk about their boyfriends and discuss them. I'm the only one who has nothing to share, because my relationships always fail. I'm an ordinary girl. All that differentiates me from others is my name and the fact that I can drink liters of soda without gaining any weight. Ha ha ha. But my relationships fail due to another reason. It's because I hate all kinds of animals, insects, and other living creatures. I even hate cats, which look cute of course, but when I think about how much hair they have and how they can spit up, I want to stay as much away from them as possible. And boys like animals and insects, especially exotic ones, like frogs, spiders, etc. As for me, even hamsters make me feel nauseous. When I think that these guys approach at least 1 meter to any such thing, I want to throw up. However, spiders do like me, while I do hate them. It may sound weird, but spiders seem to surround me everywhere. They can crawl into my purse, land on my arm from the ceiling during a lesson, and make everyone laugh at my reaction. I even had an idea to buy a beekeeper suit because it seems like I will feel more or less secure in it. My friends make jokes about that all the time. Someone even said that I had all chances to become a spider woman. However, such attention doesn't flatter me. All I want is to feel safe. Once a new guy came to our class. His name was Steven, and he was from a wealthy family. At least he said so. All girls had a crush on him. He was very popular. The thing that I liked about him most was that he didn't have any pets. In addition, he was very handsome and cool, and soon I was head over heels in love with him. He made me feel so excited and nervous that I was shaking and speechless every time I was close to him. One day I was brave enough to come up and talk to him. Not talk, actually, mumble, articulate something indistinctly. He looked at me and asked if I needed help, and if he had to call an ambulance. I turned around and ran away from him. I stayed at home for the whole week, and when I finally went to school again and saw Steven, all I could do was to leave as soon as practicable. I tried to avoid him, but that wasn't really necessary as he didn't notice me at all, and even forgot that I ever existed. Once when I was carrying a few very heavy books, I saw Steven. Of course, I lowered my head down and started moving faster to avoid meeting him. At this moment, he ran toward me without seeing me and bumped into me. One of those heavy books slipped from the pile and fell right on his foot. One of his toes was crashed. I felt awful. Steven was hospitalized. I decided I had to do something to help him and make up for what I had done. So I started visiting him at the hospital, bringing him fresh tea and delicious cookies. This helped to get closer to him. We talked a lot, discussed family trips to other countries, variety of cuisines, etc. When Steven got discharged from the hospital, he threw a party for his friends and invited me. The most privileged and popular kids from the school gathered at his place, and I didn't feel comfortable in such a company. Steven wanted to surprise his friends and offered them to drink coffee, the most expensive coffee in the world, as he explained. We all started talking about it, making assumptions why it was so expensive. Steven kept giggling and refused to say anything until we tasted it. I felt something was wrong and made an attempt to refuse politely, but he was persistent and promised I would like it. Finally, I gave up and made a sip. The coffee had a tart, slightly bitter, and unusual taste, but on the whole, it was okay. When we finished, Steven explained that the coffee was named Kopi Luwak, and that its production was rather unconventional. Animals eat coffee plant fruit, but their stomachs cannot digest the seeds, which then leave the animals' bodies with feces. These seeds are then collected, packed, and sold. When I imagined the entire process, I realized what I had drunk. I felt nauseous. I rushed to the toilet, but failed to reach it in time. I threw up in the middle of the corridor. The idea of such a shame forced me to leave the house immediately. Since then, I have been staying at home. I can hardly look into Steven's eyes or appear at school without being mocked. I think I will transfer to another school. Steven knew how squeamish I was and still insisted on trying that coffee. It was mean. I don't know how to live with that. Have you ever had such situations? Please leave your comments.